My name is Dharmarajan. I am the Managing Director of Sulfo Rwanda Industries. And about Sulfo, this company is, I hope, well known in Rwanda because this is the oldest company in Rwanda. We started our operations in 1962. The company is going to complete 60 years by this December. And we are into mainly the manufacture and distribution of fast-moving consumer goods. That is what is needed for the common man, like soaps, personal care products, hygiene products, then cosmetics. Then we make all these products as well as the packaging needed for this, and also drinking water, the nil, no, the drinking water. And also we are into bottling and distribution of cooking gas, butane gas. Also we are into distribution of tires, batteries and things like that. And we are, right now we are employing around 682 people, all permanent employees. And many people are working, second generation have started working in the company, or even third generation in some cases. So this is in brief about the company. I will share all the details as I told you. The products what we are exporting is mainly personal care products, like hygiene products, toiletries, cosmetics. That is the products we are exporting. It's a very complicated thing. Manufacturing sector, definitely there has been a lot of challenges which we have not been used to before. But in a very nutshell, I would say, COVID really affected our market in the sense now the purchasing power of the population came down. Then there were disruptions in the market because markets were closed many places and many people lost their employment outside. Then the supply chains were broken because you are not able to bring the goods when you want them. So, and a lot of unpredictability, we are not able to move around the country because of these situations. But in spite of all these challenges, I am very happy to say that no, we survived it. I did not say there were challenges, but it did not affect us in a bad way. I think we sailed through it. Because we are making an essential product now which is needed during these COVID times, no? Like soaps, hygiene products, these are much needed at that time. So even though there were challenges in our operations, we managed it. And I would say the impact on the manufacturing of our products, it was not bad. I cannot complain. Because challenges were mainly because, as I told, there were a lot of challenges. If you look at in the classical way of looking at it, the political challenges, economic challenges, social challenges, technological challenges, in the environment, everywhere there were a lot of challenges. But I don't want to go too much in the challenges because most things are known to people. But the opportunities now, it made us the way we work now, it was because we have been used to a certain way of working, so we had to change that working. So it's a totally new world actually, total new way of working. And I think it made us realize that no, you should be prepared for the unexpected thing. Anything can go wrong anytime because as they told, nothing is in your hands, but you have to wash your hands, no? So ultimately, they taught us a lesson to cope up with the unexpected and be ready to be flexible and agile in responding to situations. So it brought forth a lot of creativity in our team, and we had to remove all our conventional way of working now. So we should not look at watch and work. When the possibility is there, work more effectively, and also it made us look at more into ourselves, how effective we are, how efficiently we are working our operations. So it called for a lot of challenge to our creativity and innovation. So I would say the opportunities are very good. I think even post-COVID, we'll be carrying forward some lessons what we have learned from them. Mainly minimalizing, do with the maximum use of resources, then try to be flexible in your way of working. Not necessarily that you have to sit in office full time, no. When you be there, you work to your full potential, like that, no. So I would say opportunities also were really good if you take in the right spirit. But I would say right now, more than COVID, we are faced with this post-COVID challenge. What has happened is the war in Russia and Ukraine, which has really spoil the whole entire world economy. We don't know in what direction we are going to face. COVID, I think we can cope it with, but this type of war and disruptions, no, these man-made creations of this kind of thing, we don't know how we are going to manage it. What is done was, again, we relooked at our operations and tried to plug all the loopholes where there are efficiency issues. So we have to be more efficient. Then since we are not sure about our supply lines, we have to be sure now how you can be better in your logistical management. So then how we can be use our human resources in a better way, be by flexible working. Some people be working for 4 hours today, tomorrow they will be working 5 hours. With how you can rotate the timing of people, with the same number of people, how you can work more number of hours by flexible working hours actually. So it brought a lot of, I think it was really, because of this we are able to survive, I would say. I think in this government has limited role for as far as our industry is concerned. They had very limited role in this kind of stuff. And as a company now, this company, our policy is never borrow beyond your means. As far as possible, don't borrow. Because if you start borrowing, finally you have to work for the banks. So we did not depend too much on this one. But here the government has been helpful in providing enabling environment actually, making sure now that we are able to work even during lockdowns. They facilitated us to work because of the type of industry we are operating. And even then 2-3 lockdowns we had in the company due to some people catching COVID, how we are able to come out of them through intensive testing and giving priority for vaccination of our people and all that. I would say that was the best thing we got from the government actually, to give us an enabling environment, no, to sail through this period. I think it has been good. If you really look at the manufacturing sector, how they have performed during the COVID time in Rwanda, I think most of them have performed well actually. Because one positive aspect I would say is COVID brought in us, there was a lot of restricted movement between the countries. So Rwanda, as you know, was exposed to so many flood of products from outside this Rwanda itself. So it offered an opportunity for the domestic manufacturers to supply what is needed for the market. And I think that has been good for most of the industries, for the domestic manufacturing sector. So what you have started is now always be expect for the unexpected. Something can go wrong anytime. Don't take anything for granted. Don't rest on your laurels. No, today we are okay. No, you can never be okay. You can be safe as far as other people in the world are safe. So you cannot think in isolation. Everything, what happened in China, started in China, it stopped the entire world. So what has taught us really is, don't take anything for granted. Even if something happens much beyond our borders or in another continent, definitely you should look at things, what impact it will have on you. Definitely this is what we are. Previously we were in a very sheltered place, Rwanda is a secure country, we are insulated from many issues, but now you cannot take it for granted. Health and safety in all over the world now will affect us. So we have to be agile in responding to the situation. We cannot think, oh, it is not our problem. No, everything is our problem now. Yes, this is what exactly I told, mainly by flexible working. Flexible timing for working people. And again, we are not stuck with looking at, okay, you have to work 8 hours a day. No, even some people, you come for 5 hours work, but we had to practice social distancing. So we increased rotating shifts so that total working hours were saved, but people are given a lot of flexibilities actually. So at the same time, all departments cannot work. So we use this opportunity to retrain people, so that they can be used anywhere, not necessarily in one department only. So it brought more, made our staff also more open actually. They will not be telling, oh, I will do only this work, I can't do it. No, they know they can do any job now. I think that way we are able to adjust many things in the company. But here, see, COVID was not specific for gender. It was affecting everybody. So here, because at least till 8, 9 months, or even no vaccine was available, no. So I think since here we have to be looking for everybody actually, not necessarily men or women or children like that. It is since there was no solution was forthcoming till at least for 8, 9 months, no. Even the vaccine was not forthcoming. So here everybody was practicing social distancing, everybody was practicing hand wash. We provided facilities for people not to help them through this. Other than that, no, there is no, I won't say any gender-specific interventions are possible. Because it was not, no gender issues here. The issue is it was not distinguishing between not gender or race, nothing, no. Everybody was getting it, no. It brought a lot of equalizing effect, no. Rich people, poor people, everybody was getting it, no. But the present situation, I won't say it is COVID, but post-COVID situation. The challenges what COVID situation, because still the world has not recovered from the COVID. And China, as I know, today there's a big lockdown in Shanghai. Our supply chains are totally disrupted. We are not getting anything from China. So the entire world is still at the threat of this COVID, the post-COVID situation, no? And what it has led to the shipping lines, on the supply chains, on the shipping costs, shortage of raw materials, each country adopting their own priorities to take care of their population. I think immediately I would say we are going to face a lot of challenges, mainly getting the right raw materials in time at the right cost, because now all the prices are totally unpredictable. Every day the prices are going up. There is shortage of diesel, there is no petrol available, and wheat is not available, for example, because of this more due to the war situation. So because since we are depending on all of the raw material inputs from outside the region, I won't say that immediate, unless this war situation changes, I don't see any good opportunity immediately. It is going to be challenging. I won't say it is COVID situation is finished, but the post-COVID and this war now, it has created more complications now. Definitely, because this brought us to focus how much we are depending on outside countries for vaccines, for medicines. There was a time when even simple paracetamol was not available. So at least for essential drugs and all that, definitely the EAC or even say the African countries should have at least 40-50% we should depend on our own resources. Otherwise, no, even a pandemic situation came, there no medication was not coming from outside. So at least for future, now I think they have started a good beginning by having capacities for vaccine production and things like that in, for example, Kenya, or even Rwanda is planning something. I think this is they started in the right way, that there will not be any shocks in the future. But I think now we should have build our own capacities. There is no other way. We have to be self-reliant, at least to some extent. We can't 100%, but nobody can be 100% self-reliant in this world now. So you have to depend on others. But to some extent, no, we should not be at the last line, last person in the queue, no. So what they should do is they should engage with the industries more, with the business community more. They should take the business sector into confidence. Right now, the most of the business sector, if you see, okay, EBS is doing especially with the new executive CEO and all that, they are trying to do a good job. But the point is the way they are to be engaged with the government, no, it has to improve. Because even now, government is just calling or how much we are getting involved in the government policy matters, still it is a debatable point. So unless they take the business community into confidence, listen to the people who are running the businesses, engage them on a continuous basis, not having some seminar and continuously there should be a mechanism of engagement with the business community. This is the best thing they can do. If they don't communicate or engage with the business community, no recommendations are going to come also. It will end up as good meetings. It is very good. You pat my back, I pat your back, everything is fine. But that is not going to solve the long-term issues. So engage with the business community in a realistic and meaningful manner. Not having big conferences, no, it is not going to help. Go to the business where the the real activity is going on, engage with them, listen to them. I think that's what I would say.